Whenever my mom wants to beat me or I offend her, she will come and rescue me in a way. She doesn't wear anything. She will pull off my trousers and,
touch you inappropriately.
Exactly. When I got admission and I had no place to stay, so there's this area hound of mine. Started with her lying on me like she didn't know why.
She's sleeping and then
exactly she rolled
and found herself
on me, Yes, it went on for like 2 years to the point that I don't even find younger ladies attractive anymore.
Hi viewers, welcome back to the SafeHub. This is a safe space where you can speak, where you can be heard, and of course where you can heal through the support of our expert therapist. On today's episode, we're going to be discussing one very important topic that is not being talked about enough. So sit back, relax, while we get right into it. All right, welcome back, viewers. Our guest is here. And please introduce yourself, guest. Tell us why you're on the show today.
My name is
Okay.
Yeah. I'm on the show to share my experience as regards one thing that people avoid, discussing everywhere, probably discussing with friends and family and all that. But definitely I'm going to talk about it today.
All right, so just like he said, today's story is not something that is being talked about enough, right? But we're going to be discussing it today, and that is childhood molestation in the male children. It happens a lot, but we don't talk about it enough. So tell us, what was growing up like for you? When did you start experiencing this? What was the experience like?
I being the first male child of my parents, because we were three. I think if I could remember vividly, I was around 6 or 7 years old when I started experiencing such. We live in a place where we were many in the compound because it was a face me and face you house. We were living at the back, the BQ. So the elder lady who should be around 20-something, because
at that time.
Yes, I was at that time. So I don't know her exact age, but she should be around 20 plus.
Okay.
So she would, whenever my mom wants to beat me or I offend her, she would come and rescue me in a way.
Okay.
And take me into our room.
Own apartment.
Yes, into our room. And I noticed she doesn't wear anything, or she wasn't wearing anything. She would just tie a wrapper and use it to block my mom while I was at the back,
Okay. So she's usually just naked.
Exactly.
Only has a wrapper.
Exactly.
And she removes it to cover you behind her.
Exactly, like
so
she's blocking me, preventing my mom from
you.
Exactly,
Okay.
So she started with that, and it moves on to, the main thing. When my mom was not around, she would call me into the room and, start the stuff.
So what exactly does she do to you when she calls you into her room?
She, for instance, if I was on a trousers, she will pull off my trousers and,
touch you inappropriately.
Exactly.
And make you do things to her too.
Exactly.
All right. So when all of these were happening, how often, like how many times did it happen, and who did you talk to about it? Or was there ever a time that somebody probably barged in on you, found you two doing these things? And what was the knowledge of these things that you had? Do you think what was happening at that time was something wrong or not? So what was
because I was young, and that thing will tell me it wasn't right because it was an older woman, but I had no choice. At the time I was like, was because I couldn't talk to anybody. I couldn't face my mom to tell her or talk to anybody because I was actually the first child and we don't really relate with everybody in the compound except my parents and this particular lady.
Mm. So how many times did it happen? Was it something that was recurrent or it was just a one-off thing?
It wasn't a one-off. At least it happened like, if I could remember, 4 times.
4 times?
Yes.
All of these things, it made you think, she made you do things that you would not want to do to her.
Yeah, yeah.
So how did you find the experience? Was it something you looked forward to? Did you find it interesting or irritating? Or what was that feeling you have whenever you're in that space with her?
At a point, I kind of liked it. Yeah, I kind of liked it.
Okay.
So I grew up with it.
You grew up with.
Yeah.
So at what point did it stop? Did she just stop doing it to you or you moved out or what
Yeah,
happened?
she didn't stop. We had to, unfortunately for her, we moved out of the house.
Okay. And
So
that was the point
that was the
when
end.
it stopped happening.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
having experienced this as a child, what then happened to you? Moving on from there, did any other thing like that happen to you? Maybe as a child or after you became an adult, what was like? What was life like for you? Being through that situation
Transcending
and
from
now,
that.
yes, transcending from that and now becoming an adult.
Yeah, well, life was normal for me because I never had same experience until when I think I was like 20, probably 21. Yes, when I got an admission into a polytechnic.
Institution.
Yeah, a polytechnic.
Okay, before we get there, there's something I want to quickly ask you. So before you got admission into polytechnic,
Yeah.
did you at any point, how guys can be? Sometimes you just have discussions with your friends
Friends
and you
and
just talk about
talk
these things.
about
But I
it.
know for sure that most guys, I know I've been in a situation where somebody was saying, oh, guys pride in it. Instead of it being something of,
Shame.
just be like, no, no, the first person I did this thing was that we did this thing with is an adult, is an auntie, is a this, is a that.
Yeah.
How was it for you? What do you also do that, or you just
Yeah,
kept it to yourself?
Yeah, actually, I never had same experience as in discussing it with friends
Okay.
until later in life, probably later in life after my grad and everything.
Okay. So when you gained admission,
yes, it was when I gained admission and same thing in another way started happening.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, when I got admission and I had no place to stay, so there's this area aunt of mine, like I will call her family friend of mine, but she's older, way older. So I was staying with her, in a room with her friends, So fortunately for me, same thing happened.
With her?
Not with her.
Okay.
Not with her. With her friends.
Okay, let's give us an insight. We need to understand what exactly happened.
Yeah, it started with a particular woman because she's way older. So
her friend, right?
Her friend, yes. Okay. She wasn't around, and we were sleeping, and she started with laying or coming very close to where I was sleeping.
Okay.
It happened like once or twice. It started with her lying on me, like she didn't know why.
She's sleeping and then
exactly she rolled
and found herself
on me,
Okay.
And I started feeling normally because I wasn't young. I wasn't too young now. Now I can. She understand. I can feel stuff like that. So I was like, what's happening? Then later, this fateful day, I wanted to try my luck. And
she's been giving you like
Green light,
green
yeah,
light, and
yeah,
you feel okay, this is what she wants.
exactly.
Okay.
So I tried it out and I slept with her.
And that happened. What was so you were now the one that now made the move eventually
Yes,
after reading the room, like, well, this is what this person wants.
exactly,
And then
You know,
she was open to it.
yes,
And then it continued like that with your friends or your
my
sister's
sister's friend.
your other sister's friend.
Yes.
Okay. So after that started, did you guys now make it official? What was your sister's reaction to that?
No. We didn't let her know.
So you were doing it behind her back.
Yes, behind whenever she's not around.
So do you think what happened to you as a child with that neighbor had something to do with, you wanting to do that with your elder sister's friend?
Exactly, because if I didn't have that experience, I would have outrightly say no. Probably, your countenance she will read the countenance that this guy, this guy does or didn't like what she was throwing at him. But unfortunately, I had the experience and it was like a go for me.
So she was if she was the only elderly person you had such with apart from the neighbor, or it happened again with another person?
Another friend.
Your sister's friend?
Yes.
Another person?
Yes.
Came on to you like that too?
Yes.
And then you accepted, and then it went on like that
yes.
too?
Yes.
So at some point, I want to believe
it became a norm.
A norm.
Yes.
And you're only attracted to
older women. Yes.
Okay.
So it was a very serious thing, but unfortunately, I was entangled, and it went on like that to the point that I don't even find younger ladies attractive anymore.
Sorry, are you married now?
Yes, I am married.
Are you married to another person or a younger person? How were you able to come out of this situation? How were you able to move on? How long did you and these aunties, how long did you do whatever you did?
Yes, it went on for like 2 years, if I could remember, like 2 years. Yeah, because I think at the time I was in ND2, then through my CWS program and HND1. So, yeah, if I could remember, I think it was when my female colleague asked me out, as in, come to meet me directly.
When you say colleague, do you mean your classmate, your friend, school?
Yeah, we stay in the same building, but not the same room.
So when she told you that, what did you do? What came to your mind?
Boom. It was like a strike, because I had never thought of something like that because of because of my experience with older women. I never, even while in school, my classmates, I don't even see them at all. I don't see them. Those that I'm attracted to are the elderly ones, like way older than myself. So when she spoke to me, I was dumbfounded, and I told her that I would get back. So that night, I had to put a call through to a friend of mine, my childhood friend.
Okay.
Yeah. So I told him that. I explained everything, that there is this girl that had to tell me point blank that she likes me, and it was like, why not? Eh? A lady like you, why are you not telling me? I said, that was when I had to pour my.
So you came out to him.
My mind out.
You told him about your experience.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I had to explain, I told him everything that, from my early days, when I started sleeping with older women and all that, to the point that I started having twosome with my aunt's
Two friends.
two friends.
So you did them together.
Exactly. And that was like my first experience with two people.
Oh, you did some more after then. So why you say this was your first time? So that means
My first and the last.
okay. Okay. So when you told him this,
Yeah.
so you came to an actual realization that you were not doing it because you wanted to.
Yeah, it was not dawn on me, when I was pouring my mind out that these ladies or these women were using me to probably satisfy their sexual urge or something. Because how would you normally date a younger guy?
So these people are way older than you. They're like
Exactly.
how many years older than you? If you can just like give me a range.
8 to 10.
8 to 10 years older than you.
Yes.
You mentioned the other time that you're married now and you are married to somebody who is younger.
Yeah.
So is that person this friend that asked you out?
No.
Okay.
We dated for like another 4 years after my grad, my service, Unfortunately, she traveled out.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, she left the country and that was how
yeah,
it went.
we had a break in transmission, so
Thank you very much for sharing this with us. So now you're out of that situation, you're doing fine. And the reason why you come on the show is just to create an awareness that these things happen amongst, the male children or the
yes,
male folks,
because
but it's not well talked
yes,
about.
because guys don't really want to talk about this thing. They don't want to accept if they are together,
within
in a
themselves.
place. Exactly, like a brag rights kind of a thing.
They
want
brag
to
about it. Instead of
exactly.
seeing it as something they're supposed to be vulnerable about,
Yeah.
they instead use it as something
Exactly.
of pride.
Yeah. So we don't talk about it enough. And it happens a lot. Even stories that are way worse than mine.
Than yours.
Yes.
So viewers, that is the story of Muyi. We can see that he experienced that as a child, and this is something that is still happening in our society. The male children and female children are constantly exposed to abuse and molestations, and parents do not even know this. So we need to pay attention to our children or our words. Let's take care of them because they are our responsibility. If you know you have been through this and you also like to share your stories on the SafeHub, please send us a DM on any of our social media platform at the SafeHub. You can also send us a message on the phone number you're seeing on your screen. So do not forget to like, comment, share, and give us a follow. Click on the subscribe button to keep yourself updated on our latest episodes and edition. Thank you for joining us on today's episode. I remain your humble host, Bisola Olatunji.